Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Friendzone podcast. I am Cody, who is, as always, just here in the corner, yada yada. Nobody cares about me. And I am here with the host, Connor,
Correct. Yes,
and
sir.
the editor, Kyle.
Yes,
Who
what's
makes
up,
everything
guys?
happen. Kyle, who makes everything happen.
Yeah, but today, guys, we decided to take a break from us talking about certain topics, and we decided to do, since we're all big Star Wars fans, we are going to be doing a tier list on Jedi and Sith from the list that Kyle has on screen right now. And their power ranking is basically how powerful they are, is what we believe, based on what we've seen in the movies. I'd say this is based on canon, right? On what we've seen from like movies and the TV series.
Yeah, movies and TV series. I wouldn't push it. Be like, well, I know in this comic or like in can. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's canon.
we're just gonna go off.
But the comics are canon, though.
Yes, we know. We're just
You
gonna
can't
go.
say they're not canon.
No,
This
yeah,
is
that's what
based
we're
off
go-
of the shows and the movies.
In movies, yes, we're going with that. Okay, so who do we want to start with first? Do we just want to go straight from
I
Darth
think we
Vader?
start from the top.
We're just gonna go down the line.
Darth Vader?
All right, now, personally, we got F, D, C, B, A, and S tier for power. This one's hard because I want to put him in S.
So there is separate Anakin. So we're
but-
just talking Darth Vader.
Yeah, we're just talking about Darth.
Not Anakin,
Vader.
just Darth Vader. We'll go about that.
Okay. I'm trying to think movie-wise if he was strong. Wait.
We don't really see too much of Vader. The only time we see him really kind of powerful is in episode 5 and
Parts of 6.
little bit of 6 and then Rogue One.
Rogue One at the end.
Rogue
yeah.
One 3.
A New Hope, he didn't really do too much.
No. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, all you saw was Obi-Wan.
That
was just.
I
That
would
was
put
just-
him.
I wouldn't put him S tier because he's not more
definitely not S tier, I'm
powerful
sorry.
than this guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As far as a character, he never had the upper hand on obviously until episode 6.
Well,
But he didn't think he was.
yeah.
He just
The
betrayed
main
him.
thing is what held Darth Vader back would definitely be his suit.
Suit.
So I would. He's not low. He's
I'd
not.
say
I
F tier.
would put him in like either B
Or not S tier. A. I'd say A.
or A.
I would
I would
probably
say-
put
I'd say
A
A.
tier.
I'd say A tier, Connor. If anything, I'd say he's lower A tier.
I was gonna say we can always change the thing within A if we think someone's better. We
Mhm.
can always move it around.
I'm just going by the fact he was very restricted on with his
Yeah,
armor.
he
I would say
couldn't-
if
yeah.
he had a better suit, I would definitely rank him
I'd
in
say
A or S tier. But to be honest, with the
For
suit
him-
and
for
how
him to be S. Okay. All right, go, Connor.
you gotta think Luke got a couple blows on him in episode 5,
Mm-hmm.
and he had like very little training.
Yeah.
I think if he was more agile, like if Anakin, when he turned, Palpatine made him that he could move and do shit, I think he would be way more powerful.
Basically, if you put Darth Vader and Anakin together as one, you would the dark side of Darth Vader, and then you had Anakin's mobility, and put them together as one. That's where he would be S tier, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say yes, high A tier or S tier, definitely.
Kyle, I'd say we don't even need to do anything for the second one because we already know where he's
So
going.
so the way that we're gonna do this is everyone says what they think, and then we average it out. So if it's 2 A's to a B, then we go A. If it's 2 C's and 1 B, then it's a C.
Mhm.
So we'll do it that way.
I think we can all agree where Palpatine should go on this list.
As far as power shown in the shows and the movies,
He's definitely S tier or
S
S
tier.
plus.
I
If
think
he
it's
had an
S
S plus,
tier.
I would put him in S plus.
Okay, I have two things to say here. A, let's look at episode 3 fight scene right there. He went against Yoda and had some struggle, but he still was able to do it there. And then look at before with Mace Windu and everything in the battle there. And then also when he battled against Maul and Savage.
yeah, like
Because
and-
Palpatine was doing that with ease.
Yeah,
And that
I don't.
he was he was laughing as he had both his lightsabers out, battling them.
There's no denying that he is definitely
S tier, yeah. I
no
don't think there's really any argument when it comes to that.
He is just way too powerful. The fact that he lived through many fucking deaths.
And he was so strong with the Force that he was able to hide the Jedi's from sensing his presence.
Yeah, he's definitely S tier. He's one of the most powerful, I believe, Star Wars characters of all time.
To exist, yeah.
To exist, yes.
Luke Skywalker.
Now we get down to Luke Skywalker.
Are we going by Prime 1?
It's collectively throughout the movies and
okay, so I'd say
and shows.
With Luke's and his knowledge.
Looking at everything on what Luke has done, I would definitely put him probably in B.
Really?
I agree with you, and I'll kind of tell you why. I think that the
reason I'm putting him in B is when
I feel like the sequels bring him down from an A tier to the B tier.
Yes, bring him down.
I agree with that.
Because
since we're going, if you get rid of the sequels and it's
just based off of 4 through 6,
4 through 6, I would definitely have him in A tier, easily. But for the fact that when he raised the whole temple and went to go kill Kylo, pretty much.
Yeah.
And just that fact that's just.
I don't know.
And going and hiding.
Yeah, that's one thing. But also, you got to remember, look at what you're going by power here. That's what we're going by. Just think of episode 8 when he was able.
When he does the hologram, yes,
but that takes you can't. No normal Jedi could do that. That's one thing I got to put into play. And
I guess he shows true power in the sequels. I guess.
But I would just say B because he's definitely not the most powerful Jedi of all time. We have to look at that. Is he the most powerful Jedi of all time? I would agree no.
And we can always go back and change whatever.
We can,
nothing's set in stone.
Okay, I'd say one thing with Luke on that. He is a high B.
He's the highest B right now.
Yes,
so.
I'd say Kylo Ren.
There's the B+ tier. I would put him in B+.
Yes.
All right.
Kylo Ren. Well,
we got Kylo Ren, obviously only in the sequels. Power-wise,
Kylo Ren for being in the sequels because that's all we know him in. I would say A tier.
I don't know as far as power-wise.
If we're going with that, because if we're going by power-wise, like, because we got to think of lightsaber capability and the Force. Like with his power.
Because Rey fought against, and she had what training? None. So at that, and do you ever see him Force-wise use an unbelievable amount of power? Really, throughout the sequels.
Blaster shot.
Yeah,
and he held that blaster shot for a very long time.
And yeah, he it wasn't one of those where he had to sit there and hold it. He was just doing stuff, and he still had it there.
Yeah, he was just he just with his mind, and the fact that he was the one who connected with Rey for the first time. He was the one who
thousands of years is what it was, something like that. It's been a while since
could actually reach
Vader and
around
Luke
Rey
connected.
and pick up items. I would definitely say
no. Kyle, with that, they're meaning to where they could see each other.
Oh, see each other, but but when you just said connected, so I thought
you understood the connection when I was saying between Rey and Kylo, where they when they looked at each other and through their minds, they could actually see their surroundings.
It definitely was a step up in the connection there because Vader and Luke still connected. But
I would put him in C for right now. I'd put him as average.
Because I don't think that
we can go back and move him.
I
would just put him in
I feel
C
like he never reaches his potential power. I feel like he always fell short.
I think at the very end when they verse Palpatine and he comes and heals Rey, he was at his definitely highest potential.
As soon as he comes over to the light side, last second. All right. So who we got next? We got Snoke.
I don't know what this, cause.
Snoke.
Okay, I do have to say one thing. He was able to. You see in one of the episodes.
Technically, he's Palpatine.
Yeah.
So I would put him in S tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he was created by Palpatine. He was like
controlled.
Controlled.
Like, cause you see him.
I just watched
because if it were Palpatine, then they wouldn't have outsmarted him and killed him. You know what I mean? He made him.
I know, but you have to understand the fact that Palpatine couldn't be like. I think if he was more connected, he was super far away, so he had no ability to actually like see and figure out his surroundings.
Power shown throughout the movies, though, not power that he could.
I know, and Rey tries to force grab the lightsaber, and he just fucking twirls it around.
Well, that's Rey.
As well. And then he fucking shoots the floor with electricity and blasts Kylo Ren back like 80 feet.
No, look at also like General Hux was talking to Snoke, and Snoke was somewhere far away, and Snoke like force pulled him to the ground. Remember that?
I can't put him as S tier.
I had to disagree. Yeah, I can't put him as. I'd say A or B.
Well, the reason I'm saying S tier is the fact that he was made by Palpatine and pretty much Palpatine.
I know, but you have to go based off of the power that they showed, not the power that he was like. You know what I mean? Like, because it wasn't. He's still his own separate character. He wasn't Palpatine, because if it were Palpatine in Palpatine's truest form, he could have.
Well, that
he wouldn't have gotten outsmarted.
I would then, if not S, I would put him in A.
My vote here is B tier. Locked in.
I'd say A. The fact when he was in that room and like with Rey, he fully made it to where she could not move, do nothing. And he fucking could push her around and do stuff with her. The fucking lightning that he had was extremely powerful.
All right, so
I think it honestly, we got the directors. I wish they would have did more with Snoke.
They could have. He could have been I guarantee
he was extremely powerful. You can just tell he was an extremely powerful person.
So Connor goes A. I go B. What is your vote, Cody? You will be the tiebreaker here.
Oh my gosh, I see him. I see how powerful he is. It's just we never got to see much of him. So we're basing it off of what
was
we can't just
shown.
base him off of Palpatine. We can't base him off of Palpatine's capability, because that'd go against the whole purpose of we're just going.
Even if we get rid of the Palpatine fact, he was still extremely strong. What he could do with the lightsaber.
If you're going by that, and then Luke should be higher because of how Luke could go across the galaxy and make himself a holocron, be there like towards the Force Ghost, basically. Not Force Ghost, but how he went to what planet was it? Crate? Was that what it was? You know, when he versus Kylo Ren?
He died right after that. Like, if he was powerful, he would have still lived.
He died, but he did it willingly. It's kind of different because Obi-Wan does the same thing. He turns at Luke and he's like, okay, and then fucking like, you know, boom, Force Ghost, just like that.
He just came back just to.
Well, the reason that Obi-Wan gave up was because there's no way he was gonna get out. He was old.
He was trying to set Luke on his path, and I think that's what he was. That's basically what Obi-Wan was doing.
All right.
Trying to set Luke. I'd say if anything, if we're going A tier, he's low A tier.
So you're saying?
Are you
saying A?
High A tier? Hell no.
No, I'd say he's between. I'd say just put right now. Put him low
A or B.
Low A.
We can. There's only two, so just.
I know. I mean, like as you go down the line.
We'll get there when we get there. We'll go off the letter and then we'll do it. So.
Kit Fisto.
Yeah, Kit Fisto.
Okay, he was able to go 1-on-1 with General Grievous, which was actually not on this list. But he was able to go one-on-one with General Grievous. He was able to survive much longer against Palpatine. That helped out a little bit. He was...
Well, was Grievous technically a Sith Lord?
No.
No. I think that's
what I feel like that's why he's not on here.
Yeah. So I would put him in C category.
Yes.
I would say, yeah. He definitely...
He was very good, powerful. I think if he kept versing Grievous, he would eventually failed.
Yeah, he would have. But...
in that one-on-one, he escapes because his droid R4
but he was able to hold his own.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely was. I would definitely say he's not a D tier. He is a middle class Jedi. I would say that.
Okay.
Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon.
Based with him here,
power wise, we got to think of. He might not be the best lightsaber duelist. I would say he's actually very good, but force wise, I would say he's probably B tier.
I was gonna say most of what you see of action from him is in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And
I'm trying to think of
very good pilot.
Very good pilot, yeah.
Which has a little bit of force abilities to deal with, but it was the fact that he was just very force driven, not necessarily lightsaber combat, but because he could connect with Ahsoka from far away. I would definitely say he's more powerful than Kit Fisto. That's where
I would say so as well.
I would say probably
is it
low B tier.
Low B tier? Okay.
Yeah.
That would be my vote as well.
All right.
Say very good Jedi. All right.
We'll probably end up moving Luke.
Ahsoka.
Shakti.
That's not Ahsoka. That's Shakti.
I thought it was Rebels. Never mind.
Okay, so
my bad. I didn't even see the Clone Wars over here. I was saying.
Okay, I'm trying to think here. We really don't see much of her. Because Connor, did you see the old Clone Wars, like the older one, like from 06, 07?
Yes.
How she held
her own against
Grievous.
She definitely.
She did that
She's
while
more
also.
powerful than what people think. She was very force connected. She wasn't. She wasn't necessarily
the greatest fighter,
I wouldn't say not as much as Plo Koon. I would definitely put her in C.
Or the question is, I'd say if anything, it's between Kylo Ren and not Plo Koon.
I've only seen her in. She's in Clone Wars, or is that Rebels?
But she's only going against battle droids in there against.
See, and that's all I've seen, so I can't really weigh in on too much.
That because technically in this she dies.
If we go by movies and not what I have read from the books or anything, I would put her in D then.
Yeah.
I was gonna say she doesn't show much power. Not that maybe she might have power just throughout the
I've
TV
read the
show.
book. Depending on what happens, so in episode 3 they had it to where she dies on the ship, but there's also another one of her deaths was actually at the temple, and she actually fought Anakin. That was
no, she didn't fight Anakin. She was meditating.
That was in...
No, because there's two scenes. One scene is where she gets captured by Grievous, and it shows where Obi-Wan and Anakin meet her up with, and he kills her right then and there. There's also another deleted scene where she's meditating in the temple, and Anakin comes behind her, and she's like, "What?"
But I read the books, and she actually fought in the temple though. So it's hard to say. I would put her in D though.
And again, we're going based off of movies and TV shows only here. So
I'd say if we were go by the books and stuff like that, and the deleted scenes, because we see like that, but because the thing with Anakin though is that at the temple, she was the greatest threat to Anakin. So that might say something there with ranking wise. She was the greatest threat to Anakin, is what happened right there. So
she was actually the one Jedi that, if she wasn't on Camino overwatching clone production, she was the one who pretty much stayed at the temple for protection.
Yeah, so that might say something else in this list.
I was gonna say my vote is C.
I would say
between.
I'd say C.
I would say.
I wouldn't like. We don't see
tier.
much of her though. I would say D. She wasn't. She's not super
Okay.
powerful. Like
what? I'm going off of what the
powerful.
movie said.
All right. So what
let's go
is?
Let's go D. Let's go high D. High.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 votes D.
I would
1
say
vote
high
C.
Because we see more power. Kit Fisto, we see him do more stuff than she does.
See, with this lightsaber,
she meditates a lot. She meditates a lot, and
she's very force sensitive.
Yes, but we don't get to see her power.
All right, with this, just skip over the lightsaber. I don't know whose that is. I'm sorry.
We can put it right here.
Yeah. Sifo DS F tier.
F tier. Yeah,
we'll just put it in F tier right now, since we really don't know. Now Qui-Gon.
Amazing defense is what he had.
He was very in one with the Force as well.
There's only one reason why Maul won that battle. There's only one reason why. Close combat. Quarters. It has been said that Qui-Gon was one of the better defensive fighters, and the only reason that he lost to Maul was because of how close quarters it was. If it was open, like they're in the hangar, they were saying that Maul would have lost. So I'd say his defense, how he was with the Force.
I would say high C. I would put him in front of Kylo.
Yes, I agree.
I would agree there because
high C. For the fact that he was one of the first Jedis to actually find the training to live on afterward.
And he showed Yoda how to do it as well,
there's one more thing. There's one more thing. His master also says something about him. Count Dooku was his master, and Count Dooku is a very good duelist and was pretty knowledgeable with the Force.
Maybe I would put him in B.
Let's go for a C right now, and we'll discuss at the end.
We can always move things around. We got Rey. Now, granted, this is what has been shown as far as power in the movies. Obviously,
power, Rey, she is a Palpatine.
That,
you gotta think of that.
What comes to mind is Rise of Skywalker final scene, and she's fucking got,
I am all the Jedi.
Now, although it maybe people might think cringe,
that's mine.
I honestly, if you go by power, she rivaled Palpatine. Doesn't mean she's S tier. I think that she is low A in this instance.
She's around area.
Just because of what I saw in the movies.
I would say B. And here's why. She is definitely very powerful, but I think so if she didn't stay as a Jedi, I think if she would have went Sith, she'd definitely be S tier or high A tier. For the fact that she's a Palpatine, the fucking lightning we saw when she destroys the ship, but she ends up not doing that and becomes a Jedi, which I think actually weakened her since she was Palpatine. She was pretty much Sith, supposed to be Sith.
Yeah.
So I would definitely put her in B tier. So we don't see too much super powerful shit other than the fact that she blocked lightning back in his face.
She was able to make the connection with
Kylo. Then you also got to think about with Kylo fight scene. She is a little bit more powerful than Kylo. Well, because of look at the fight scene where she had no knowledge and was able to go against Kylo, who was trained since he was a young boy with Luke to when he became an apprentice for Snoke.
We can kind of go about this way too. We can ask, is she more powerful than Luke? And does she show that she was more powerful than Luke? Yes or no? Because that depends on where she goes.
If we're going prime wise, I would say no.
No. Okay.
No way.
Okay.
No way she was higher than Luke. I would definitely say
then that. It would be right there is my opinion.
Now that I'm looking at it, if we're going about prime as well, Luke should be A.
It's not prime. It's collective.
Yeah.
It's what you
collective,
see.
You never see her do
Besides,
her,
I guess besides Rise of
her
Skywalker,
lightsaber skills were very sloppy, Very sloppy.
Although she was able to rival Kylo with no experience.
I think
his anger,
Kylo was
anger.
with his parents. I think they got into his head.
That and his anger, like some of them could control, like when their anger was used, like when they raged, like Darth Vader and all
they
that.
They could kind of
control their rage. They had more control. Like they used it fully. Like Kylo, he just was like whipping his lightsaber around like it was nothing.
I personally think Kylo would have beaten Rey on the Death Star if it wasn't for Leia. When Leia connected, he stopped and Rey killed him.
Yes, I agree.
I think because he was beating her.
He was.
Yeah.
He was definitely beating her on the old Death Star, but what happened was fucking Leia was pretty much dying, and he felt his mother die, which made him pause, and Rey just stabbed him and then was like, oh shit, his mom just died. Oh shit, Leia's dead.
Her master just died.
So, final votes, where do we put Rey? Just say what tier. B, A, whatever. My vote is in B tier, where she's at, right here.
The problem is with me, if you're putting her events that have occurred with her, and then based off of how we're doing all the events with Luke and how you guys are ranking Luke based on that,
it almost makes me want to put Luke up in the A tier. Almost.
See, that's
since we're going off collectively, the power shown.
I think Luke should be A, and I think Rey, if anything, should be a high B. That's what I view.
And she could be the highest B, and if we move Luke up,
would you guys agree with that? Luke should be an A, because I think so.
Yeah, if we're going off of looking side by side with Rey.
Because once we get to the next two Jedi, I think it'll change, or the next three, I guess.
Okay, we'll leave it for right now. Leave it for right now.
Leave it for right now. We can go back and we can move whatever.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think Obi-Wan is more powerful than Luke.
I would say so as well.
Like people like going like midichlorians and all that, they say no, but
this is not just force. This is force. Your lightsaber. It's the movies, the shows, and
he defeats Darth Maul as a Padawan. He goes up against Grievous and defeats Grievous. Mm-hmm. He held somewhat against Count Dooku.
Yeah.
He is overall a very powerful Jedi.
He battles against Savage and
Maul.
He beats Maul
and
fucking
held
twice.
His own for quite a while, but he did eventually get overpowered. But he definitely did hold his own against them.
And
I would definitely
he
say
became
Obi-Wan
a Force Ghost. I would say he's A tier.
Now, he is A tier.
Is he better than Snoke? I would say so.
Yeah.
Is he better than Vader? I would say he's power shown. He's better than Vader.
Power shown definitely better than Vader.
I'd say he's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one though, because you look at the episode 5 scene.
Because episode
4,
when he beats him, but I almost think it's strategic that he
dies.
I don't know if it was 100% going in there to win. You know what I mean? I think it was I don't know. I think because that's Vader. That's not Anakin. Because when he fought Anakin, even when he was more mobile, he beat his ass. He chopped him in half. He made Vader like Vader because he has no legs. Fucking one arm.
Yeah, I'd put him higher than Vader.
I would say higher than Vader. I would say top A for now.
Yeah.
Anakin.
Now we got Anakin.
S tier.
S tier, yeah.
I would say S tier as well. I can't put him higher than Palpatine, obviously, because Palpatine
definitely can't.
Puts him.
But I would definitely put him S tier for his skills as a pilot, lightsaber dueling, and Force. He was just overall very.
And how fast he was able to do it.
He could connect with what's her face too, Ahsoka. With Ahsoka,
they had a connection.
Because they did have the connection in Clone Wars when she's flying away, or no, he's in the Imperial cruiser, and he's going away, and they mimicked it was straight from the movie. It was like she's like flying away, and they connect like Luke did with him in the movie. It was like a side by. It was literally like not word for word, but it was basically word for word as far as like what they showed, where they showed Vader at and Luke. It was the exact same. So they still did have a connection.
You mean it was all a Venator, by the way. Venator. It was an Imperial cruiser. Okay. It was an Imperial cruiser.
Not yet.
It was an episode 4, basically yet.
Yeah. So
no, but based off of that and how he was able to defeat Count Dooku with ease. Yeah, he
the
did
light in the dark, brother. That was badass as well, power wise.
Yeah.
That next, and then
that one's definitely set in stone.
Dooku.
Ooh.
In terms of, because he's a very good duelist.
Power wise, scroll up real quick. Let's see. I would put him above Obi-Wan in A tier. He beats Obi-Wan twice.
Very true.
He holds his own quite a while against Anakin. He fought blinded. He fought fucking 3 Night Sisters blinded. Asajj being one of them.
Yeah.
I would definitely say he's higher than Obi-Wan.
After debating some of these, I kind of regret having Luke in B tier. But yeah, so what would you say?
It's his dueling capabilities. I would say Obi-Wan, because he defeats Obi-Wan twice.
Yeah, it's true.
Is that where you want him, Cody? Because if
he never defeated Anakin, so I would definitely.
Yeah, it's sort of like I agree.
Keep him there.
All right, now we got Ahsoka Tano.
Ahsoka. Scroll up.
I would say A tier, right below Obi-Wan, in between Obi-Wan and Vader.
Okay, so
I disagree with that.
I'm gonna go.
She's below Vader.
She hits almost a deadly blow on Vader in Rebels.
She does do that,
almost, but she doesn't.
And she actually brought Anakin back to the light side for a split second.
I wouldn't.
She fought 3 Inquisitors.
She didn't bring him back.
And defeated 2 Inquisitors. Sorry, 2 Inquisitors after once and kicked their ass. Like absolutely kicked their ass. She's not powerful than Obi-Wan, but being Darth Vader, she was the first person we ever known to actually hit a blow on him.
True, but I just can't see.
That's a blow on Vader, though. That's not defeating him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still don't. I would say that she's below Vader.
All I'm saying is I believe that if the thing wouldn't have blown up there, and it was still Ahsoka and Vader fighting, Vader would have beat her. There's no way that Ahsoka was going to win that.
And she didn't bring him back to the light side. She saw a sliver of Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
If you watch the video when he says Ahsoka, it's Anakin.
Yes,
I think she brings him back for a split second, but then he sits and thinks for a second. He pauses, then he says, "You will die." I think what happened was Anakin came out, he noticed Ahsoka, and then instantly Darth Vader takes the
over.
She could not beat him.
I don't think she could have beat Vader. So, final votes. Where do you guys put in there?
A tier above Snoke. That's where I would say.
That's where I'm going. Cody, do you oblige to this?
I don't know. It's just kind of hard.
She goes against Inquisitors, beats their asses by herself.
She at a young age she went against Grievous.
And at a very young age she went against Grievous and lived.
Yeah. I'd say yeah, put her above Snoke. Is there anything to say with this one?
Yoda.
S tier in my opinion.
S tier above or below?
Above Anakin.
Yes.
I would agree.
Because Yoda held his own.
Those two are definitely were like very close, but Yoda just had so much like force. He wasn't necessarily lightsaber, but force. He was stronger than
that, and how he was able to hold his own against Palpatine that for most of that, and pretty much almost came close to beating him at some point.
Definitely.
That and his knowledge of the Force.
Second person to become a Force
I
ghost.
would move Snoke to top B and move Luke into bottom A.
Below Ahsoka?
Below Ahsoka.
I would agree with that.
See, the problem like with this is like we're going off the movies here. Like for people that are wondering why we're not having like Luke and like this, like it'd be a different. We're going off of movies. Like if we're going by comics and all that, this list would be you'd have Luke at the top, you'd have Rey probably at the top, you'd have Vader up there.
I wouldn't put Rey up at the top. I don't think everybody thinks she's super powerful, but like if she fought like a Jedi from or fought somebody from the normal Jedi time, she would have had her ass kicked.
If she took she like people say she's so powerful, but if she went against Qui-Gon. Like in the movies, like how she was in the movie at the end of the last one versus Qui-Gon.
I have to go. It's a fire drill. I gotta go.
All right.
Well, Cody, I guess it's...
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I just gotta.
Wow.
Where's my hat?
Nice for you to join us.
Are we just picking up where we left off?
So yeah, we're moving Snoke to B tier.
Yep. And then
Luke to right there. I don't think Vader. I would
I'm sorry. I think Ahsoka and Luke should switch.
I can't put Luke if I do move him up one. I don't think I can ever move him past Vader because
no, you're not gonna move past Vader.
I know. I'm okay with moving. Well,
because the thing is, okay.
Well, power shown. If it's by power shown collectively throughout the movies and TV shows.
Yes. With that, the thing I'm saying with that is that we also got to put into account here Luke in the Mandalorian.
He's versing droids.
He comes in and just sweeps with droids. It's cool. It's cool, but it's not. It's not like power was through the roof. He didn't.
Well, I'm sorry, but
it was effortless.
Ahsoka cut twice as many battle droids down as Luke did.
Well, of course she was in the fucking Clone Wars. Of course she's going to.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like
the only reason I'm putting her up there as a Padawan, she held her own against Grievous. I think if Luke, being a Padawan, went against Grievous, I don't think he could hold his own for that long.
Luke as a Padawan held against
Vader before he got his arm cut off.
I mean, he didn't really win, but
he didn't really hold
Vader.
Vader for a little bit. Yeah. He kind of got thrown around like a rag doll. Like in the very beginning when they fought, he kind of did stuff. But after that,
the thing with though is you're saying that you're putting Ahsoka up there because of how she got a hit on Vader, but Luke did as well when he was young in Episode 5.
It hit his arm, so it did. It was.
Or he hit his shoulder, called? But.
It's that.
He's metal. Like, but he kicks him down the stairs, throws him in a hole, fucking.
I don't know, and I think of Force capability of Luke and
Ahsoka. My vote is to move up one.
That's it.
And move up one.
All right.
Okay.
All right. What do we got next?
All right. Now we have Savage Opress.
Savage, I would put in D list in front of Shakti.
Yes.
I would agree. I was gonna say he looked like a.
He was powerful, but he just the only thing he had was his strength.
What the hell is?
Put him there. There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him do it.
He held his own for a little bit against. He didn't stand a chance. So, Count Dooku just was like a ragdoll basically. Was Savage was there like it was just his brute strength is what really got to him. If you go by force knowledge and lightsaber combat,
he couldn't use it at all. If he ever his potential was through the roof, but it got cut short by Palpatine. Palpatine swept the floor with him. It wasn't even close.
Yeah,
no matter what, Darth Maul would have always been more stronger than
exactly. Well, he always, I feel like, was, and he always told.
Right. Savant Ventress.
Ventress is, in my opinion, is stronger than Savage.
Definitely. I would definitely say C tier for Ventress.
I would say C tier.
The lowest C tier.
Really?
I might even.
She holds her own against her old master. She held her own against Grievous when he attacked.
She held her own against Count
very
Dooku
powerful.
as well.
Yeah, it's her old master.
Oh, master. I know. I was making a point out there. Count Dooku. Look where he's at on this list.
But he never. But he was blind.
Where do you want to put Ventress?
He was blinded, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is, he was blinded and still kicked her ass.
So I can't put her. I can't take that thing into account. I would say C tier. She doesn't really show much power. She's just a good character, in my opinion.
She held up against Obi-Wan and Kenobi too, or Obi-Wan.
She went against Anakin and Obi-Wan and did a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
She ran away. It was
she eventually just ran away.
It was more. Yeah. It wasn't like she was going for the kill. She just and then dipped most times. She's a good character. I just don't think she showed true power.
I would say right below Kit Fisto.
Right below.
Okay.
That's. I'll agree with that. Now we got Mace Windu.
I'll let you two go before I put my input in.
I know that. So scroll up. Let's see who we got here.
All right. So
all I'm gonna say is remember what happened with Sidious. People say that Sidious let him win, but I don't know because based off of his fighting technique,
the only thing. Okay, so for Mace Windu and Sidious, the only reason he could beat Sidious so well was just his fighting style he learned.
I agree.
His lightsaber fighting style was the only reason he could defeat Sidious. Just that his lightsaber fighting style countered all of Sidious's. Like the one that Sidious used, Mace Windu's lightsaber fighting style was the only
one that could counter him.
Yes, that's why all the other Jedi failed in lightsaber fights against Sidious. I would definitely say he's the highest A tier. I would put him in front of Count Dooku.
I would say so as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Anakin.
He's not going to be more powerful than Yoda. I'm sorry.
No.
No.
He's not going to be more powerful than Anakin. He let Anakin cut his arm off.
Yeah.
I guess it was like a sneak attack, but I would definitely say he could easily kill Count Dooku, easily defeat Obi-Wan, all of those.
I would say so as well. Yeah, he's definitely that, and he kills Jango Fett with ease as well. Not that obviously you can't equate a bounty hunter, but Jango he's skilled nonetheless.
We got Maul,
and now we got Maul. Now pre-Clone Wars, if you never watched Clone Wars, he might be in a different spot.
Oh yeah, I would definitely.
But I think Clone Wars does him justice and then some, as far as building his character.
So if we're going by everything we've seen in the Clone Wars and everything we've known, I would say I would put him in between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
All right, yeah, I think he's A tier. I'm evaluating each person.
Well, okay. If we're going
Ahsoka.
By that, Ahsoka beat him.
Ahsoka did beat him. Was that his peak?
Well, yeah.
It's tough because Ahsoka does beat him. He obviously's never faced.
And Kanan. You gotta think about Kanan as well. Remember Kanan?
Well, you gotta think how old fucking he was, and he still got a blow on Kanan.
Yeah. But like, if we saying he's in his prime, Ahsoka beat him, and Ahsoka was not in her prime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
either.
It can't go above.
He's either gonna be. We can't go above Ahsoka. I think he's either low A or high B.
Now, because what you can do with this is you do this and it'll
we're going based on power. I would definitely put him below Ahsoka. He's definitely A tier.
But he's A tier. Yeah.
He's not a B tier character. I'm sorry, he's not.
All right.
He's definitely A tier. Just
okay, and that's it. Now let's evaluate this because we can always go, what's it called? And change some things around here. So. Do we want to? I think S tier's perfect as it is.
yeah,
it's pretty linear and decided. I don't think any of us have arguments against that. Now A tier.
For the record, I just want to point out here for anybody thinking about this, we're not going by books or what has been said. Any of that. We're going by movies.
Purely movies and TV shows.
If you took Vader, like yes, we get it. Vader did beat Obi-Wan in Episode 4. But based on what Obi-Wan was able to do, based on what Obi-Wan was able to do in 1 through 3 and power-wise and his defense and how he was able to beat Anakin with that and his knowledge of the Force, that's why I put him there. And that right there, see, if we were going off comics and everything, it'd be a little bit flip-flopped, I think, with Vader and Anakin.
Yeah, because if you go, I've watched so many videos where like, he actually went, and there's this short period of time where he goes and does all this, and that. And I'm like, well, shit, that's badass. That's really powerful. Like,
yeah, because the
change
books go more into detail.
Books, I think is there comics as well that are
but not everybody has read all the I would definitely, if Vader comic-wise and from video game, I would put him above Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything in A tier that you guys want to change on this list?
No, I don't personally.
I think I might Snoke down into C and move Qui-Gon into B.
See, I'm looking at Kylo.
Because Qui-Gon, I think, had a lot more. If he lived and he actually showed more, you don't think see much.
His master was Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm. That's what
So
what do you think with Kylo though? I just want to point out. What do you think with Kylo?
I think he's good where he's at. I don't think he's more powerful than Rey.
He's not. No.
And I think in a lightsaber duel against Plo Koon or Qui-Gon, he would lose.
Yeah,
I would say so. In a duel, yeah.
In a duel, Kylo, he was not. And Force just.
Well, the thing is, he's his freeze ability, and he also was able to
He's a cool character.
The only thing he could freeze were blasters. He can't. Or I guess he could stop. I guess he stopped a lightsaber, but.
No, yeah, that, and then he also was able to freeze people moving.
And he did it a couple times.
To Rey and
people.
Did he do it to General Hux? I swear he was doing shit to Hux. General Hux. Doesn't he?
Yeah, it's Hux. He's a coward.
Yeah, he just...
I was about to say, he's one of the probably worst... I think if they did more with him, because he's one of the worst general. I would say Admiral Piet was more badass and General Beers was more bad.
I'm the
Just
spy.
For the fact...
I knew it. No, you didn't.
I knew it. No, you didn't. I'm the spy. Shoot me in the arm. What? So I can say you get away. Shoots him in the leg.
All right. So Connor, you said you wanted to take Snoke and move him down to C tier, and move Qui-Gon.
Now looking at it, honestly, Snoke. I would say above B. I would say he's stronger than Savage. I would put him down there.
See, the thing with Snoke is you also remember who killed him.
Kylo did.
Yeah, he would have, if he was so powerful, he would have been able to sense it.
Yeah, so we're mostly going by what we see, not what we think. So I would definitely put him in D.
Yeah.
Maybe even F, honestly. He wasn't that, he didn't even have a lightsaber. We never saw him use a lightsaber. And I'm sure that old
put him above Savage. Put him above Savage, I say.
That's a big jump.
I think Raj would kill him though, pretty easily.
I don't know. It's
Force-wise though, he's pretty powerful in that aspect. We don't see it. There's just it's a big if because we don't know potential.
I think honest, if we saw more Snoke, and let's say Palpatine died on the Death Star. I think if Snoke was the actual main villain, I would put him in A tier probably. If we saw more of him. If we saw more, because the little bit we saw, it was like 10 minutes, not even. He was extremely powerful. But from what we see, it's not as powerful as like what we saw Kit
some Fisto, of these other people
Ventress, some of the other people see. What we're going by, I would definitely say he's a D.
All right. I would agree with moving Qui-Gon up. I just don't know exactly where. Because
I would put him below Rey and above Plo Koon.
That's probably where I'd put him because he is the first person to.
Maybe above Rey. Put him above Rey. I'm sure.
No.
Power shown. Yes, but she conjured.
But think about all the power that he's shown when the first person he actually taught Master Yoda something.
Yeah.
I understand we saw Maul kill him, but at the like you guys said, that's not his type of fighting style. I think he could defeat Rey in a lightsaber duel.
But if you look at what was power shown, she conjured all of the Force ghosts, all of the Force Jedi. So,
she asked for them. She was like, "Come help me, please. Come help me, please."
But in a way, it came through her, so she's still. It's still not. I mean, they helped.
I'm just going by like what we've seen in the movies. Qui-Gon Jinn is the first Jedi to ever figure out how to live after death. He was the one who taught Yoda was like, you can become a ghost and live after death. That was like just like if you think of Jedi, that's very powerful. If you think about Force power, being able to live after death in ghost form is very powerful.
Okay, if we're going by that as well, you got to remember in episode 7. Rey, with no knowledge of the Force, was able to A, battle against Kylo Ren, who did have training in that, and B, was able to control someone's mind with no knowledge of the Force. She made that stormtrooper, that First Order trooper, uncuff her.
And she had no idea that she could do it.
I'm sorry, but you have to be very strong with
I guess I just have a thing against Rey.
She's a Palpatine.
Jedi could do.
I do, but it's just what we've been shown, and like if you go about how Palpatine is on that.
I feel like if Qui-Gon lived longer and did more.
The thing with that also is that we're doing that with Rey because she's a Palpatine. Well, we also got to think of Kylo Ren as a Skywalker. That's one thing I'm always looking at because Kylo Ren is a Skywalker.
He is, but I feel like him going to the dark side limited his power because you instantly, as soon as he comes to the light side, he force heals, and that's something of in itself pretty damn big.
I would leave Qui-Gon in his spot then.
I don't think he goes above Rey just based off of what was shown.
Down into a high C tier almost, or did we keep Plo Koon where he's at? From what we saw.
Damn good pilot, very well with the Force. We see a lot of this in Clone Wars. Who does he fight in the Clone Wars? Like, does he fight anyone?
Maybe he didn't.
I'm trying to think.
All I know is he could live out of space. Well, I guess that's his people, but.
He versus... Wait, does he verse against Grievous?
There is no lightsaber duel of him. Nope.
No. So we never really got to see that. But
knowing the information that we have, he's very powerful. He was one of the top other Jedi. Like the top 5 powerful Jedi we know of are Anakin, Yoda, Mace Windu, and Plo Koon's also set up there. I'm talking about during that time period. He was very high in council.
Then I say we keep him in B tier. where he's at.
He was a Jedi Master. Kit Fisto was a Jedi Knight. I would say B. Yeah, I would keep him there.
Yeah.
And then going down C, I don't.
But the problem with that, yeah, because like with let's see, Qui-Gon he could be on the council. It's just
could have been.
He just didn't follow orders.
Yeah.
He didn't listen to the council's orders most of the time. He was basically sort of like Anakin.
If we're basing this on our own opinion, I would put Rey in F tier, but that's just me.
If you're going character-wise, like, this isn't just, I mean, because there's a lot of people.
This is power-wise. If it was character-wise, yeah, F tier.
Character-wise, I think Kylo Ren's a very good character.
We should do a character one and, like, show difference.
And we can, yeah.
I'd say this is, based off of the movies, what we're saying. If we were doing, like, this could go many different ways.
The podcast best tiers. Change it to all we do are tier lists.
Yeah, like what do we think of, like, if we could do a tier list off of this right here based on how well the characters were in the films.
Character
Most
and character
I would, like, film-wise, I would put them all...
Kylo, I would have Kylo up on high list of
that's what I'm saying. He would change. Qui-Gon would change.
No, I would put, honestly, if we're going by like moving, and if we're going by actual character, Plo Koon would be high too, because seeing him in the clones was.
We don't want to think too much about this in case we do it.
Yeah, just in case we do it. But okay, so
yeah.
All right,
this
so
is our.
Oh wait, guys, if we're going by power. The lightsaber should definitely be above Sidious, because they all use the lightsaber. Think about it. Think about it.
No,
they all use lightsabers.
No.
Yes, the lightsaber's at S tier.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
What lightsaber?
Alrighty. Yeah.
Fuck.
You can't.
I won't do it.
There.
But lightsaber S tier, dude.
All right.
Can't see. Okay.
Without lightsaber, there would be no Jedi, no nothing.
Okay.
They would all be powerless.
All right, just a reminder for everybody who's watching the podcast right now, if you've made it this far, this is our opinions. I just want to clarify that everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
This is ours.
Just like this is what we think of.
I'm sorry. No. This is set in
Connor,
stone.
Connor, shut up.
Star Wars gods. No one else.
This is what it is based off of what we've seen through the movies and the TV shows. This is not based off of what we have seen through comics and the books.
And
like
it's
we said
power.
Before, it's power and it's what we have seen of them in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just like if we wanted to base off this off of
make it this far.
If you
write in the comments if you
Connor,
do.
Shut up.
Yeah, if you're hearing this right now, down in the comment, type the word Pop-Tart so we know you made it this far.
Yes.
Pop-Tart. Yes, Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart. No, lightsaber.
Lightsaber. Comment lightsaber if you've made it this far.
Yes.
Legend, I better see you comment right now, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
I see it.
Since you wanted this so much. But anyways, guys, thank you guys if you guys made it all the way to the end, we really do appreciate it. We enjoy making videos sort of like these. This is our first time making it, but I think this is something we will be doing in the near future.
Oh yeah, I like the
many TV shows and movies.
I have to have a lot of brain power. It's not just like talking. It's we gotta.
Yeah.
It's good, and there's debate. Yeah. Like there were some we disagreed on.
Yes.
I like that. It was friendly discourse.
Yes, we can actually talk to one another without getting into an argument that ends in yelling and screaming at somebody leaving the call. We can have it civil. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new, and hit that noti button to get notifications of when we ever repost our next episode. It's your boy, Audacity, aka Cody. We got the editor, Kyle, and the man, the myth, the legend, the host, Connor.
Dang right.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.
See ya, bitches.
Uh-oh, did you hear that? The police. She told me she was 18. She told me she was 18. I didn't do it. She told me she was 18. She lied to me. Oh, okay. Oh. Whew, that was a close one.